Well, hello everyone. Thank you for joining me. Yes, this is Jason, the Canadian YouTube creator, also known as Jason Cosmic RSSP Authority. My present subscribers will know what RSSP stands for, right? But for you newbies out there, stands for Real Secret Space Program, way up there in space and way deep in space. Millions of miles is represented by my powerful glorious photo in the infrared, and it says infrared photograph of one of the gigantic cylindrical objects taken by the Hubble all the way in the rings of Saturn. If you guys watch my previous videos, I describe, show, and tell you several reasons why we can know that is staffed by U.S. naval officers. That's right. Amazing technology. They're all the way out there. Now, one of the reasons why we know, I'll just tell you quickly, if you just look at the behavior of the mining stocks the last 50 years, they're not just mining for gold, silver, base metals, right? They are mining under ocean facilities that we have worldwide. This is a known fact, you just got to look at it. So it's a great place to hide. And at Malibu in the Mariana Trench over there, the deepest part of the oceans where the U.S. have their ships and submarines most likely hidden, you literally have USOs, unsubmergible object, coming out of the oceans, seen by witnesses almost on a daily basis at times, my friends. A lot of anomalies. Known facts and a tracked-on writer going into space. The Navy's in charge largely of the covert space program. I've always said NASA is just a cover for the NRO and the Air Force space programs, and the NRO and the Air Force, they're a cover for a more highly classified covert space program spearheaded by the Navy. But today, we're going to talk about the Air Force. That's right, Lockheed Martin's Lightning JSF, Joint Striker Fighter. But just a moment, my friends, just a quick reminder. If you guys do think I have genuine knowledge to share with humanity, if you appreciate my intellectual honesty, because I am trying to be bold, honest, open, and true, my friends. My intentions are genuine. I've made it my life goal to try to penetrate this black budget technology for us, my friends, because it's going to get us off stinky oil, gas, and coal. We know it's going to end poverty probably in about 10 years or so, and we certainly know as well it's going to beautify our planet and our environment, clean up it, the ecosystem in ways we can't even begin to imagine. But we've got to get our hands on it, my friends, and not just for the covert military civilizations that are literally living through an anti-gravity, electromagnetic space travel revolution, as I described, okay? So if you guys appreciate my efforts, and together, all of us, to be advocates for the truth, I know we can make the change, my friends. We can get our divine right to this. If you guys appreciate my efforts, please don't hesitate to subscribe. Of course, feel free to share my videos. Give me that thumbs up. And of course, feel free to leave a comment as well if you want. I read them. I thank all my present subscribers. Let's take this channel to the next level, my friends, because I want to monopolize it after all. I've got several subscribers wanting this shirt and my other shirt. I think they're the most powerful YouTube shirts out there, personally. So let's do it, okay? Now let's get into the JSF program, this development, acquisition, procurement program I described, my friends. And I described this whole F35 Joint Striker Fighter by Lockheed Martin. It's a duplicitous military business scheme, my friends. It is the largest military weapon system and largest military program and largest scam on U.S. taxpayers' pockets in history, my friends. And of course, that means it affects my beautiful people, my powerful country, Canada. And it's affecting millions of people worldwide because Lockheed Martin's propaganda machine, as you guys will know from my other F35 video, this is the second series on it, with my new phone, that is. They've persuaded and conned other countries to go along with this ridiculous debacle, my friends. It's so deplorable what they're doing. Here's an example, right? I told you in the other video, we've spent over $1 trillion on this program. I think we're up to 1.5 trillion already, and they say it's going to be 1.5 trillion in the years to come, my friends, in this program. We know it's already over $1 trillion and probably at 1.5 trillion now for a plane that hasn't even flown, my friends. I mean, I just get so exasperated. You almost got to laugh. The plane hasn't even flown yet. The earliest they're supposed to get the guns on is finally in 2019, right? And we've reached a point now in the F-35, and this is reported too, my friends, where it costs more to repair the aircraft than it does to fly it. I swear. I mean, it's so outrageous, right? It's just a huge cash cow for Lockheed Martin, my friends, this whole F-35 program. And it acts as an orchestrated strategic distraction. Because where do you think this money's going, my friends? And we're going to do other videos talking more about where the money's going. But let me give you a hint. If you know how the aerospace companies work, and just looking at the behavior of the covert programs, you got to look at the covert side though, my friends. And it's reason, logic, common sense. All these trillions of dollars and billions of dollars, now over $1 trillion altogether in 20 years, it's largely going to the classified space vehicles, the UFOs, my friends. This is the TR-3B. And guess who's the prime contractor again? Good old Lockheed Martin. You better believe it. If you guys listen to my other video, I show you why we can know that. Okay? Absolutely. So, and you know, Northrop Grumman, Boeing, they're doing some good work. But I will give the ultimate credit to Lockheed Martin. Always add a qualifier. They've got the best scientists and engineers. They made a lot of breakthroughs. So, but we need to compel any good people left in Lockheed Martin. Come on, guys. Stop gouging the taxpayers. This is ridiculous. But the problem is, my friends, right? There's been so much money put in this program, there's no going back, right? And now you got the generals, as I said in the other video, now their reputations are riding on it. They've been backing this thing for so long. They're now so caught in the militarized warmongering, and basically some of these generals have sold themselves out, it seems, and they've convinced Congress to go along with this scam. I mean, and the lobbyists have done the same. And Pierce Spray will tell you that too, my friends. And my great friend Michael Schratt, the great aircraft aerospace historian, he did a great job talking about the F-35 too. And we both say the same thing. Can Lockheed Martin be that inept with not following procurement to be over $163 billion over budget? Of course, we know the answer is no, right? They can't be that incompetent. I say $163 billion over budget because lamestream media finally did a good report and investigation. They don't do a lot of them these days, but in 2014, they admitted that Lockheed Martin were $163 billion over budget. That's right. And you know they can't be. That money, again, goes elsewhere, my friends. It gets deciphered off for these UFO flying programs. It absolutely does. And to help build and finance this industrial manufacturing, my friends. No question about it. The underground, under-ocean bases we know we have worldwide, and that means for off-planet investment. Because these vehicles, my friends, it allows them to swiftly move into space. Whereas the F-35, this thing can't go into space. And my friends, you know, they say it's a great plane and it's stealthy. And, well, Pierce Spray, the defense analyst, Pierce Spray tells you stealth is a scam, my friends. It really is. And when Pierce Spray talks about the F-35, you should listen. Because, first of all, this guy was, you know, he's got a degree in aeronautical engineering or studied it. He studied, you know, mathematical electronic program research. He studied mathematical electronic and space commercial transportation projects as well, my friends. And this guy worked in the special office under Secretary of Defense Department. And then later became a consultant for the military, my friends. Come on, this guy knows what he's talking about. And guess where he worked as well? He was hired as a statistician, a consultant statistician for space transportation projects, you know, over there. So he knows. And he says the F-35 is a turkey. And he tells you, this thing can hardly turn. Look, it hardly has any wings. So the point is, and Michael Schratt will tell you the same thing in Pierce Spray, what is it going to do in a low altitude ground troop support operation? Nothing. Because it can't loiter, it can't turn, whereas the TR-3B, the black triangles, the black budget technology, my friends, those can loiter, right? And it's not even relying on aerodynamics. It would literally leave the F-35s in the dust. I'll give you an example, my friends. And again, Lockheed Martin owned these vehicles. They got a proliferation of them, my friends, seen by hundreds of thousands of people worldwide. These are known facts. In 1989 and 1990, you had what they call the Belgium wave, where hundreds of people were seeing the black triangles because, you see, the United States, Great Britain, Russia and China, because it is trans-international, this crossover of technology, okay? They put the technology out there. They do these recognition, you know, reconnaissance operational flights. They don't tell you what the technology is, right? And so the Belgian wave, 89 and 1990, finally the Belgian Air Force was called, right, to chase these black triangles, and those TR-3Bs left the F-16s at over 40 Gs in the dust. So it's going to do the same thing with the F-35. So the point of the video, my friends, is to tell you, no country, particularly the United States and Canada and the UK, we don't need a fleet of F-35s, not even one. Are you kidding me? The United States are armed to the teeth, okay? They've got so many classified vehicles, UFOs, in geocentric orbit, low Earth orbit, and deep, deep in space. And these have been measured 1.5 to 2 miles and more, my friends, okay? And Lockheed Martin, there's even a black and white photo showing you they're hiding the black triangles on a submarine. Again, going underneath the oceans, my friends. And again, USOs have been tracked coming out of the oceans, going into space. These are known facts, but you just got to look at it, my friends, because you're not going to learn about this in corporate media, right? So just quickly over the figures here, my friends. So Lockheed, we're $163 billion over budget, remember, and over $1 trillion spent on 20 years on this program. And for my powerful country of Canada, my friends, our government have let themselves be conned and persuaded by the propaganda machine of Lockheed Martin, because now we're in the development deal of this thing, and guess what? They estimate from 2007 to 2051, it's estimated to cost us $551 million. It'll probably even be more than that, but at least $551 million. And the plane is going to end up costing at least $200 million. Lockheed Martin propaganda machine, we're saying $100 million a plane. Come on. Pure Spray even tells you it'd be more like $200 million a plane. Just outrageous, right? And guess what? For us Canadians, we've already spent over $500 million on this plane that hasn't even flown yet. That's right. We've already spent over $500 million. We're going to spend $551 million theoretically if we stay in this program to 2052. I mean, it's just mind-boggling. Right? And the first development phase, what they call the concept demonstration phase, where all we were doing was sort of observing, you know, the program management innovations of this thing, we agreed to contribute $10.6 million in 1998. And the UK contributed $200 million. Well, the second development phase in 2002, we contributed $150 million, and the UK agreed to contribute $2 billion, my friends. That's right. UK have a lot of wealth, right? But here's the thing, just like all the other countries, my friends, there's public turmoil, right? And they're just in a political turmoil over this thing, general political scene, because they know they can't afford the F-35. Even the UK admitted in 2017 that they described it as like a black hole. They can't keep financing this thing. And Lockheed Martin's draining them, therefore, left, right, and center. You know, it's just... My friends, it's just another financial fleecing, another financial harvesting, the biggest military weapon system and biggest military scam in U.S. taxpayer history, my friends, and the biggest military program. No question about it. We got to wake up. This is ridiculous, because all this money, you know, why isn't Lockheed Martin, Northrop Grumman, Boeing, Raytheon, why aren't these defense contractors, why don't they get out of the militarized warmongering, get out of themselves, and put in these trillions of dollars, if not at least billions of dollars, put it in towards helping with our beautiful nurses, right? Helping with their professions to help the sick people. In other words, helping the sick people. Why don't they put all these billions and trillions of dollars into helping, you know, helping the poor, right? And helping build our infrastructure and our precious planet. That's where the money should be going. That's reason, logic, common sense. And that's why, my friends, all the more reason why this whole program of the F-35 is a social and moral injustice of the highest order, right? It absolutely is. That's why I'm doing this series on it, and to get us to waken up and have intelligent discourse and hopefully get out of this program, you know, because again, all these other countries, my friends, they're getting scammed. I mean, again, it's a duplicitous military scheme by Lockheed Martin. And remember, my friends, 85% of what Lockheed Skunk Works does is classified. 15% like the F-35 you'll know about, but you're not going to know about the 85% unless you really dig in like I have, my friends. And we're going to do a whole series on the TR-3B black triangles, and we'll do more comparison of this amazing performance of the exotic fuels, the free energies, and the performance compared to the F-35. It makes the F-35 look like a sandbox. It absolutely does. And you know, my friends, I characterize the F-35, it is the new poster child for fraud, waste, and abuse of spending. No question. The F-35, Lockheed Martin's F-35 Joint Striker Fighter, it epitomizes fraud, waste, abuse, mismanagement of spending, fiscal irresponsibility, and inefficiency. It absolutely does. You know, we thought, remember we thought there was so much concern about overpricing, and we thought things were going out of whack with the B-2 stealth bomber. Remember all that? And gouging the taxpayers on that program? Well, the F-35, remember, over $1 trillion spent for 20 years on this thing. The F-35 makes that look like a sandbox. It absolutely does. This is the new poster child, my friends, I'm telling you. And my buddy Michael Schratt's done a great job. He's an aircraft aerospace historian. He's done a great job talking about the F-35 and exposing Lockheed Martin, some of these defense contractors as well, my friends. I'm doing it respectfully but firmly. And I always add a qualifier for Lockheed Martin. They've got some of the best scientists and engineers. But we need some good people, if there's any in Lockheed Martin. I think there is. We need them to stop this nonsense of having them gouge U.S. taxpayers' pockets and affecting millions of people worldwide. And this is what the defense contractors often do, my friends, right? They've got all this money put into defense, where I told you the United States don't have to worry about a skirmish from any other country. Russia and China are powerful, sure, but the United States are armed to the teeth, my friends. Again, they've weaponized space. Whoever controls the high ground in space controls the earth, my friends, no question. That's why they have so many classified vehicles in space, so they don't have to worry, okay? So let's stop putting all this money in defense. We already have a strong military. Canada does, United States do, and the United States can protect their nations that support them. UK, Australia, Denmark, Sweden, Japan. Japan's got a huge investment, by the way. Did you hear? They've got a plan to purchase possibly, apparently, 100, and I think it was 130 F-35As and about 40 F-35Bs. Japan's not going to afford that, my friends. Come on. This is, again, it's just, let's get out of the development deal and the procurement of this thing. It's just outrageous, right? Let's get that money going towards our nursing homes, helping the sick and the poor. And oh, by the way, speaking of the poor people, my friends, did you hear, I said this on the last video, but for people new to the F-35 series, there was a report on EC News in 2014 that, and I believe it to be true, when you add up the pots of money, you don't even have to include the numbers from the other countries, my friends. Just the fact that over $1 trillion has been spent on this program already, we're talking at least 1.5 trillion, I would say, already. But the money put into this program, an estimate said it could buy every homeless person in the USA a $600,000 mansion. That's right. And I believe it would be an accurate state, my friends. No question. And they even say in the years to come, it's going to cost way more than even twice as much as sending a man to the moon, my friends. Remember Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, Edgar Mitchell, and all the other Apollo missions? Twice as much as sending the man to the moon. We're already at that point. I believe we've already spent twice as much as sending the man to the moon. I mean, it's just, and remember, Lockheed Martin, $163 billion over budget, at least in 2014. So they're even more over budget now. I mean, it's just outrageous. And we got to talk about where is all that money going, my friends. It's going to the TR-3Bs. And the Navy, by the way, they actually contribute, I think it was $200 million for Lockheed Martin as well. I mean, they go hand in hand. So anyway, thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for being gracious with your time again today. I hope you enjoy my videos. And again, I hope you'll subscribe. Give me the thumbs up. Share my videos. Of course, if you want, leave a comment. Appreciate all my present subscribers, and let's take this channel to the next level, because the real secret space program, it is the most important subject of our times, my friends. And if for no other reason, for these amazing free energies, it's going to get us off stinky oil, gas, and coal, like I say, end poverty in about 10 years or so, and help us beautify our planet and clean up our ecosystem environment in ways we can't even begin to imagine. And helping transportation. You'll be able to get anywhere in the world in less than an hour, my friends. And they were predicting that already with the technology in the 1950s. They were saying that. But they've obfuscated us from the truth for 60 plus years, my friends, on these free energy generation propulsion systems. Enough is enough. We deserve transparency and truth, my friends. And that means for all the off-planet investment as well. And the F-35, that's not getting them to the moon and Mars, my friends. No, they're using anti-gravity, electromagnetic propulsion systems, okay? And we'll talk more about these amazing free energies and generation propulsion systems, free energy generation propulsion systems. Thanks for listening, guys. The F-35, we don't need it. It's a scam. We'll do other videos on it, and we'll do a whole series on the black triangles, and we're going to discuss the missing trillions. I'm going to really break it down for you guys, give you a deep, hardcore analysis. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe. Take care, guys. Have a great day. Bye.